picks up her shoes at sunrise. Camera in her hand, hope in her eyes. Dust on the trail, sky open wide. Talking about grace with every stride. Welcome to Lori's Soul Circle. Come walk a little while, talking faith, talking courage, laughing, crying, finding light inside. Step by step, she reminds you, you are stronger than you knew. Lori's Soul Circle, God's love walking with you. She's breathing out fear on the hillside, turning every hurt into a highlight. Little roadside cross, she nods her head, says, you ain't alone in the words he said. Welcome to Lori's Soul Circle. Come walk a little while, talking faith, talking courage, laughing, crying, finding light inside. Step by step, she reminds you, you are stronger than you knew. Lori's Soul Circle, God's love walking with you. She says, lift your eyes, even when the path gets steep. Every valley, every question, he's still leading with your feet. So you walk, so you breathe, you believe. Welcome to Lori's Soul Circle. Come walk a little while, talking faith, talking courage, laughing, crying, finding light inside. Step by step, she reminds you, you are stronger than you knew. Lori's Soul Circle, come walk a little while, talking faith, talking courage, laughing, crying, finding light inside. Step by step, she reminds you, you are stronger than you knew. Lori's Soul Circle, God's love walking with you.
Okay. All right, the sun keeps moving here, guys, so bear with me. Otherwise, it's going to be in my eyes. I was so bummed out. Well, hello, everybody. But I was so bummed out because I had the camera set up on the cove. I did a test run. Everything looked great because there's loons going up and down the cove. And I wanted you guys to see it. So when I went to start it, it just didn't, my phone didn't kick on. It just brought me to this, to me. So I have no idea what happened from my test time to the time that I wanted to start this. This is why I started it like a minute or so later than I usually do. But loons are super cool. Anyways, so I will figure out what the heck I did wrong. And I thought maybe I shut my phone off. I went and checked it. Uh, I don't know. And just just in case, I'll give you guys a heads up. I forgot my my charger. So if my laptop dies in me, or we lose connection, that's what, because I forgot my charger. It should make it through the live stream. It has 20% left, but just in case it whatever, that's why. All right, sorry guys. Um, so let me see. I saw Sally. I think Sally was first, and we had Allie. Allie, good thing you checked in on us this morning. Uh, Sally was definitely calling out the troopers. Hey Tyler, how are you, hon? And Miss M, good to see you, Miss M. and Debbie Sue, and of course the coolest kid of all, Scott. And hi, Kelly. I don't think I had seen. I said hi to you. How are you, hon? So, Kelly, thank you. I have to say that I was pretty impressed with the comments you left from the book club the other day because Kelly couldn't make the live stream that day, so she went back and obviously watched the replay, but she left several comments like as if she was there with us um, during the live stream, and she like put the minute or whatever, and she would make a comment against what we were talking about. I thought that was super cool. Thank you for taking the time to do that. And Jen, how are you, hon? I loved your and I think I told you that. I loved your last your video. I don't know if it was a short. I mean, it was short, but I don't know if you loaded it as a short or not. But it was a great analogy with your the plants there and stuff. You did a great job. Hey, Yvonne. Sally had told me that you're thinking of starting your live stream a little bit later so that we're not both rushing at the 8 o'clock at the top of the hour. So if that's to help me out, I appreciate it. You know what? It just dawned on me. I also forgot my Thoughtuary book. Dang. It's hard to get old, I guess. All these forgetful things. And I think I saw Daryl in here somewhere. So let me see. Has anybody else? Hey, Kathy. How are you, hon? Sorry, guys. Just move a little bit. Um, how are you? I'm glad you could make it. Naam, come sit by Mike. He doesn't bite. No, Mike, you did a nice job. You and Dora did a great job on your live stream yesterday. I was saying that to Sally. Dora, she was a really good, I don't know if she was meant to be interviewing you, but she had some great questions. So it really kept the conversation going. And I think you had a live stream later last night too, just after doing yard work yesterday. I couldn't make that second live stream. I was done for the day, but hopefully it was good. Um, Sister Sally, Jen, my love. Hey, Scott. Let me just see so I don't get too far behind. Congrats on being first, Sally. Yeah, and another, well, I well can I'm just gonna say it. Sally is so close to the 2000 mark, so close. Though I think everybody on here is already subscribed to Sally. But if somebody's watching my replay and you have not checked out Sally D's reality channel, check her out. Um, she doesn't disappoint. She definitely she brings a smile to your heart. She really does. So check her out. And if you're so inclined, subscribe. But I told her probably by the time she goes to bed tonight, she will have hit that magical mark. Um, Hello, Queen of the 10,000 Lakes. I don't know what that means, but hey, Kelly. We are one big family, Tyler. We are one big family. I'll go since I'm not welcome. Oh my goodness, Em. Of course you're welcome. You know that. Silly, silly girl. Hello, hello. She's so welcome. Hi, Ellie. We got famous Mike and Debbie Sue. Oh, that's right. He's handsome Mike now. So, and Mike, I have to actually congratulate you for taking the weekend off. I don't know if you're supposed, I know typically you always worked every weekend, so it was nice to hear that you were taking this weekend off. And yeah, maybe it's because you have a new boat, but whatever the reason, yeah, you got to enjoy it, right? You're just going to enjoy life. If I get through the hellos, I don't have a whole lot to talk about tonight, but I do have a couple things that I want to walk us through. Uh, Hi, Scott, Kathy, Tyler, Allie, uh, Lori, point us outside so we can see. Okay, hold on. I tried to sit in front of the door, but then you wouldn't be able to see me. Can you see it? I'm so bummed. There was like three different loons out there. going by the dock. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get this out of the way. See? Whoops. They were right there near that dock. And then they kept going underneath the water to, I'm assuming to catch fish or something. I could try and sit in front, but where the sun's going down, it kind of washes everything out. Not that you need to see me, but um, hey Rhonda, how are you, hon? The only loon in Florida is yours truly. No loons down there, huh, Scott? But you guys have flamingos and stuff, don't you? I would think those are pretty cool. Man, I love birds. Any type of bird. Doesn't matter what it is. Um, Hi, Scott, I'll take the ketchup with the fries. I don't have dinner until after this live, so kind of hungry. You said it, Scott. Hello, hello. I stand corrected. Handsome Mike. Let me see where I'm at. Did everyone have a good weekend? I don't want to ask too many questions because I know it'll keep going. Um, no, I want you guys to talk, but I don't want to fall behind. Mm, I want ice cream with my fries. I'm with you, Rhonda. I'm with you. Skip the fries. Just give me the ice cream. I was thinking about it. If you forgot something when I was talking to you, yeah, I was already well on my way, Sally. So even if I remembered then, I wouldn't have turned around. But this is not the first time I've forgotten it. And last time I forgot it, I told myself I was just going to have an extra charger here, which I did not do. But my charger for my iPad does charge my laptop, obviously at a very slower pace, but it does work. So when I'm done my live, then I'll just use my iPad and charge up the laptop so I can use it tomorrow, and then it should last all day. We can do ice cream. Great idea. Yes. Oh my goodness, in the summertime. Does everybody have like a cool ice cream place that they go to? We have one up here called Beach Plum. It is absolutely my favorite. Oh, and they have like half kitties because they're so freaking big. They actually created a size called half kitty, which is kind of silly. It's actually cheaper to buy a kitty ice cream than a half quart of ice cream. But they put, I'm not joking, it's like this much ice cream. Like the cone's here, and there's this much ice cream on the cone. Not exaggerated. You got to ask for a dish every time you order one because it will fall. At least for me, it does. Um, and let me just see where I left off. Oh, hey Glenn, how are you, hon? I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Dora. So what time is it? Dora, let us know what time it is. It must be morning for you if it's our evening, right? Yay, I love ice cream and French fries. Uh, yes, 15 after. Well, again, thank you, Yvonne, for doing that. I know it helps me out a little, so I definitely appreciate that. Good day back at you, Rhonda mate. Hey, CL. Oh my goodness. I love having you here. Thank you. It's been so hard. And I think I mentioned it a couple videos ago. Obviously, the good news is our community is growing like crazy. But on top of that, it's just so hard to always get to everybody's live streams and watch everybody's videos. And I know I'm not the only one feeling it because I've seen other videos from folks saying the same thing. So just know from where I sit, totally okay if you can't ever make a live stream, even if you can't watch the replay. I have a tendency to repeat myself, so you'll catch it somewhere else down the road if you can't make one. But see, I love having you here, hon. I know you said work has been busy, so the video was meant to be a short, vertical, less than 3 minutes, but got uploaded as a regular video. Okay, okay, yeah. I knew it was vertical, but then for some reason it didn't come up in my shorts feed, at least from what I remember. But either way, it was still great, Jen. So, um, so I wanted to actually ask, I wanted to open up and ask you guys a question. And I just want you to sit with it. You don't even have to put it in the chat. If you want to put it in the chat, go ahead. But when was the last time you did something that was completely, unapologetically for you? For you, not because you were looking for approval, not because it was like the responsible thing to do or someone expected you to do it, not because it made you look good, um, but for you. When's the last time you've done something? And just think about what it was. and, and that was a question I was recently asked. So that's why I'm asking you folks. And it took me a while to answer it because when I sit through my day, I think um, so many things are because it's what I'm supposed to do, whether it's for, um, the company that I've been contracted with, whether it's for YouTube, like, oh, I got to keep up with the consistency. I got to keep up with certain things, right? Or just whatever things that my kids need, things that my husband needs, things for the household, the dogs, the chickens, friends. And I do most of the time try and start every day with that first hour that I meditate and I pray and just I'm in conversation with God. And there was a couple times last week that I didn't even do that, but I do try most days. And but aside from that, like when is the last time that I went and did something for me? It's been a while, so I'm just curious. Again, you don't have to put it in the chat, but just think about it. And I think I gotta think about how to say this. Um, I have like a really firm belief to my core that when we come to this world, um, we are truly perfect. We are worthy, and we don't have to earn that worthiness. I know people say that we come here and we're not whole, and um, we have the sins of our fathers hanging over us. I don't necessarily believe that. I believe we come here and we're 100% worthy. We're worthy of everything God has created for us and what God wants for us. But um, I don't believe we need fixing when we come here. It says we're made in his image. He didn't need fixing. But so I guess where I'm going with this is you come here, you're whole, you're perfect, you're not flawed. And but as you grow up, right, people have opinions, whether it's your parents. And let me just say, I'm not saying any of this is wrong. Parents were raised too, and opinions were passed down to them. But whether it was, the way you were raised, in school, you got rewarded for certain things, you needed to conform a certain way. So you kind of you learned what was expected of you, you learned what got you praise, and you learned what didn't get you praise, maybe. And you sort of morphed into somebody else's expectations of you. You learned what was safe to say and what was safe to keep inside. And, quietly, you just started building like a second self. And I think this is where you get to a point in your life, and I don't know where it is. For me, it was my early 50s, um, that you just all of a sudden you don't really know who you are anymore. And especially when you tie yourself to, to a relationship, or you tie yourself to your job. And that's where it sort of cracked open for me, is when I was laid off, because I had been with the company for a very long time, like 30 years, and I didn't necessarily like who I was going into the company. I was young, I think I just turned 30, 29. Um, anyways, and I obviously had grown a lot over those 30 years, but then I sort of tied myself, right? I tied myself to my career, to my title at my job. And so when I was laid off, it was like, okay, well, I'm not that person anymore. And I definitely didn't want to go back into my 20s and be that person. So I had to figure out who I was. And I think we need to sit with that. And I think we need to figure out who you are and if you're being true to yourself and not always trying to perform for somebody else. Um, I called it a conditioned self. So that's what they called it. I think you learned that version of you so you could survive. And again, I don't want to make it sound like I'm blaming anybody. I'm not doing that. Other than I think schools, I don't necessarily like the parameters and the some of the stuff that the schools conform to. But and I'm not saying every school, but I'll just speak for the schools that my children have gone to. I saw things, especially during 2020 when things were shut down. I saw things I did not like at all, at all. So they were shaping students to be something that they thought they should be instead of allowing the children to be creative and to be their own individual person. I'll just leave it at that. So, um, you said I missed anything else that just and when I got laid off, it took a while to figure out who I was. Um, and I won't pretend it happened overnight. It didn't, but it was definitely. I mean, I guess every season, every version of myself, I like myself with each evolution, if that makes sense. Um, Even the hard seasons. I love what the hard seasons have done to me. I really do. So just, again, when was the last time you did something that was 100% you? Just think about that and maybe think about what you can do that is for you. And again, not looking for approval, not for YouTube. Um, so, uh, where did I leave? Oh, I left off with Jen. CL, it's been a while. Yes, it has. Hi, Allie. Mike introduced me to you on his live stream yesterday. Yes. Dora, I don't know when you joined, but I had just said that to Mike that I really enjoyed your live stream yesterday. I don't know if you do a lot of um, interviews, at least any live stream I've been on with you. It's just always been you. But you did a nice job, sort of like interviewing Mike. You had a lot of good questions. It just kept the conversation going. And it was very natural and easy going. So I don't know if you had heard that, but I just wanted to pass that on. Uh, hey, Daryl, how are you, hon? Mm, See, you'll have to go back to see the end of your latest video. Lots of hellos. CL, your night sea painting video was so awesome today. I haven't seen that, your night sea painting. That sounds super cool. Hey, Granny, how are you, hon? I love when you can pop in. How's that pool going? From what Scott says, you probably have needed it the last few days or a couple of days. For us here in New England, it was high 40s today, but it felt like 38. So it'll be spring one of these days. Flamingos are super cool, egrets and blue herons, but no loons. No, I think loons are, I don't know if they're anywhere other than up here in the northern part. I would imagine they are, right? They must have to fly somewhere during the winter months. Hey, Dana, how are you, honey? I just came to Lori talking about me hitting you with the big question on your live. Yeah, you did a great job. Um, Are you going, buddy, behaving? Not. He always behaves. Sally keeps him in line, trying to, no promises. How's Glenn How's Glenn doing? Granny, I think Glenn is on. I think I saw him. I'm not sure Peter Attia would approve of fries and ice cream. Probably not. Probably not. There's a place called the Fat Donkey at the beach. Now that's a cool name, the Fat Donkey. I like that. I like to make homemade ice cream, but it's an investment. We do have a place in Ohio we love. An investment as far as just a lot of ingredients, Granny. It's 9:13 Monday, your future. Ah, you know what? I'm going to stop right there because you said future. So that was the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight. And this is something that I have just put into a video, but I thought I would also walk you through it here before seeing the video. And I want you to think of something that is maybe heavy on your heart right now, something maybe that you've been praying for, something that's just you've been thinking about a lot lately, whatever it is. And, you know, maybe just maybe there's nothing heavy on your heart, but just something that's uncertain. Maybe there's something coming up and the anticipation of it, is a little nerve-wracking. And you don't have to share it. You don't have to share it. But what I want you to do is, whether it's 6 months or a year from now, I want you to go into the future and I want you to meet your future self. And that future self is sitting somewhere very peaceful, maybe by a lake, by the ocean, maybe out fishing, wherever it is. Picture whatever's peaceful for you. And that future self um, actually is talking with you. And that thing that you've been worried about, the thing that has been on your heart that is heavy, he or she tells you that it's okay. It resolved. It's been resolved. Maybe not 100%, but it's definitely not a heavy concern anymore. So just think about that for a minute. I want you to truly envision your future self, telling you this. And as they're telling you this, what does it feel like? What does it feel like to know that whatever's on your heart right now has been resolved, that it's completely gone, that it's been rectified, whatever it is? Whether it's a health concern, you're trying to just kind of dial in on your diet, um, and you've gotten that taken care of, and um, maybe it's finances. Again, maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's just something inside yourself. Whatever it is, that future self tells you it's okay. And I want you to feel that for a minute. What does it feel like in your body? Maybe that sense of relief, maybe that exhaustion is gone. Um, and you ask you ask your future self, well, how do you know? And they turn and say, because I'm here. I'm here. I got through it, and it's all okay. It's all okay. So I want you to hold on to that feeling, because if you've been on my channel for a minute, it's all about the feelings. And I cannot stress that enough. You've got to feel the feelings of your wish fulfilled. There's no other way around it. Or you're just going to keep pushing it away, because everything's energy. So you've got to feel that it's already done. Um, and that we did this visual exercise during this class that I took the other day, this course that I'm in, program or whatever. And I mean, it was so powerful. So if you could do that, the other thing is she took us, or you go back, if you want to go back, maybe 5 years ago, was there something heavy on your heart 5 years ago? And today that's been resolved. and you made it through and you got through it, whatever it is. It's just proof that you can get through everything. And the more you can put yourself and feel the feelings of it already being resolved, the quicker those timelines will shrink. You know, some of the stuff that we're learning about energy and about just everything that's going on out here, you know, it used to be believed in science that there was space in between everything. But now it's showing there isn't. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. And who, you know, and so even when you think, you know, you're by yourself, you're not by yourself. You are connected to somebody else. Um, where we're going and the program I'm taking right now is just fascinating. And, you know, and actually, I always try and pull out a scripture. So the scripture that I pulled out for this was Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinketh, so is he. Okay. You've got to picture yourself that you've already gotten through that concern, that, you know, whatever is heavy on your heart, you've already gotten through it, and feel it. You've got to feel it, because what you think eventually turns into um, your future. It's just because if you think a certain thing, you feel a certain way, you take actions from that. You know, when you're positive something's going to work out for you, you're going to take actions um, in the direction of it working out for you. If you think it's not going to work out for you and you're always negative and down on yourself, then you're going to take those actions and you're going to stay in that frame of mind. So So if you can do that a few times a day, I'm serious, a few times a day, the more, even just 60 seconds, just think about it, visualize it, but feel it. More than anything, feel it. Okay, that was it. Those are my two items I wanted to talk about today. Um, okay, homemade ice cream, 913. Sounds like a cool place. Yes, that donkey. How can anything with the name of donkey not be cool? Nana's new name. Nana's new name? Uh, Cool Cones in North Park, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's made me think. I do like the Berkery ice cream over at Penn State. They have their own, they make their own ice cream there. So I have obviously been going there quite a bit over the last 4 years. So I do like their ice cream too, but I would still have to say Beach Plum is my favorite. um, hey, Chris, welcome, hun. I'm glad you could pop in. Take the pressure off yourself. You can only watch as you can. Yes, Dora, exactly. And, I know I've said it, Granny has said it, um, Pam has said it. There's many of us that have said it, and you can't beat yourself up if you can't make somebody's live or watch a video. So good news is our community's growing, right? That's the good news. Jen, did you put the shorts hashtag in the title? I know you've told me that too, Scott, and I tried that with the video that I was having a problem with, and it still didn't work for me. So, but then again, I'm very technology challenged at times. Like I said, I couldn't get my phone to work. Uh, Good evening. Mm, I'm selfish as. I'm selfish as and own it. Okay, I don't know what that was for, Dora, but um, maybe I missed it. I didn't, Scott. Could be why. See now, Scott, I don't. I did a short. I uploaded one this morning, and I didn't put short, hashtag shorts in the title, and it loaded as a short. So kind of confused. There are loons up here, Scott. They had some babies in rehab at the. Oh, okay. So that's cool, CL. I don't know when you popped in, but I was whining. when I first started the live stream because I had my phone set up to the cove because there was three loons out there and I wanted you guys to see them. They kept diving under the water and stuff, but for whatever reason, the phone stopped working. I'll try to remember that next time. My pastor calls all the children perfect. That's good to know, Yvonne. I thank you. Thank you, because I believe that too. I believe that too. So when he does the dedication ceremonies, yes. Um, I'm working an earlier shift than normal, so I'm missing everything that is in the morning. I miss all the sunrise crew too. We miss you, CL. We've many times have asked about you. I know on Sally's live stream. Um, you know, even Daniel had missed quite a few days, and I was reaching out to him just to make sure everybody's okay, right? But not for any other reason than that. And we all know life gets busy. Um, I'm setting up for tomorrow's workday. Well, thank you for popping in, CL, and hopefully we'll catch up soon. I'm gonna have to check that your latest video out, that nightscape. It sounds pretty cool. My question is, do you know who you are now? If so, how long did it take you? Because I'm struggling with not being a teacher. I think it's different for everyone, Sally. Yes, I know who I am now. That doesn't mean 6 months from now I'm not going to evolve even more. Um, but it took a while. I don't know what a while is. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year. Um, but it took a while in my mind, a long time, because I really did identify as my title, my title, and I'm not proud of that. It's just the way it was. And in my mind, I worked very hard to climb the corporate ladder. And what I realized is, I spent 30 years climbing, got to a pretty good rung, and then I realized that the ladder was against the wrong wall. So you sort of have to start over, right? To some degree. But I still learned a whole lot. And just that whole exercise, that whole year or 6 months, whatever it was, it was a journey, but it was good. It was good after obviously feeling sorry for myself the first month or whatever. I think we all go through that when you get laid off. But then when you realize, and I think I said this to you, Sally, that when you can get to the other side of that, you realize, at least I have, that being laid off from that job was the best thing that ever happened to me. You just don't realize how much of yourself that you're losing. And um, so, but we can talk about it more, Sally. We can talk about it more. This weekend was for me. That I know that's awesome, right? That's so awesome. Work will always be there. Work will always be there. She did. She did a really great job. She just everything flowed really nicely. How was how was the rest of your night, Mike? I know, like I said, you had a second stream, and I think you were going to build a fire or whatever. Did you end up doing that? Are you home now? Though I think you said that lake wasn't very far from you where you were at, so you probably are. Handsome Mike. Handsome Mike. Um, it was a very nice painting, CL. It was in the late 70s today, weather-wise. Yeah, not here. Soon. Sally, no, Sally, why do you do a video? Why don't you do a video each week teaching us your community or something? So you're still a teacher. It's kind of funny, Dory, you say that. Sally, I would take that as a God wink, right? It was something I mentioned to you this morning. So I would take that as a God wink. Good evening. Hello. Dora, what do I do every morning? I talk about the Word of God. Yep, you teach us every day about that. Once a teacher, always a teacher. We are your students. May the 4th be with you, Lori. May 4th? Oh, yeah, May 4th. Isn't that a Star Wars thingy? I am not, it's not that I'm not a Star Wars fan, just never gotten into Star Wars. I know. You have class every day on Sunrise with Sally. You need to start your show and tell dual lives. And tell dual lives. You need to start your show and tell dual lives. Yeah, I think, Sally has built her whole community, and I would go one step further and say Sally has built some of our communities in the sense of, we've met a lot of each other from Sally's live streams, and I think she should actually, um, put a whole program together and teach people how to not only go live, but how to build a community and how to get monetized by doing live streams. I know she does videos too, but I think her primary way to monetization was via live streams. So, and you can even have a whole section on trolls, how to deal with the trolls. So, um, I appreciate that. I'm thinking of starting a children's channel. You have a lot of ideas, Sally. Yeah. Oh, then you're still teaching. I forgot about that. We did discuss that, didn't we? Okay, I don't know what that means. So, and do dual, start your show and tell dual lives. I don't know what that means. Um, TLG, that is why I have you around. You are my right-hand girl. Hey, Pam. How are you, hon? Pam, I started writing a book the other day to your last video. I think it was your last video, your Friday chat. And then I had to go, so I ended up losing the whole comment. So I still owe you a comment. And I want to comment because I had some thoughts. So not that you want to hear them, but I'll share them. Um, but that was a good coffee chat on Friday. Rhonda, there you are, my darling friend. Yeah, Rhonda's been here. She's the one who wanted ice cream with her French fries. She's the one who got us all thinking about ice cream. Uh, I think you had a job for a really long time. You associated with who you are, and I guess in a way it is part of who you are, but certainly isn't all of you. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Granny. It is part of who you are, but I think for me, I allowed it to be the biggest part of me. So, other than my children's mom, I think for a long time I didn't have a name. It would be, oh, you're Chaz's mom. Oh, you're Courtney's mom. Oh, Ashley's mom. I don't think people knew my name for a long time. I was always somebody's mom. So, speaking of which, Ashley graduates on Friday. I can't wait. It'll be my last trip down to Penn State. It is not my favorite road trip. So, it'll be good. She gets to move home. And yes, Courtney is home. I should have said that. Courtney came home yesterday. She got home yesterday. Um, over 2,000 miles. I think she left Tuesday night. So Tuesday night or Wednesday, I forget. But she didn't really stop other than to sleep a little bit here or there. So, but she's home and they're already working on the van. So we'll see how long that takes. But yeah. So and then Ash will be home next week. I think she's coming back Monday or Tuesday. So I'll have both my girls at home for a month before Court hits the road again and Ashley moves into her apartment. So it'll be nice. Teaching is a calling, Sally, like my profession. That's why it's so hard to detach from that identity, as you've already been told in this chat. You still teach all of us. Yeah. Yep. I would go a step further though and say Sally is more than just a teacher. So your titles start off very early in life. You're a daughter, the child of the student, of the niece, the nephew, the friend, the son, the sister, the brother. Yes, 100% Granny. And again, you learn even, I was with my grandkids yesterday, and my granddaughter is 15 months, 16 months, and she's just starting to figure out if she whines that, she might be able to get her way. Um, but so far, the kids are doing good. 'Cause my son's like, I'm the king of whining, so you're not going to get your way with me, but we'll see. So maybe that was just for show because mom was there, um, but she's starting to learn. She doesn't like to be told no. Um, so we'll see, right? So I'm going to see it in real time how kids sort of shift and again, I'm not saying that parents do anything wrong. We all do the best we can and learn, but I think we all kind of put children into boxes. And to some degree, you have to teach them what's right, what's wrong, and what's proper when you're out. Um, but it just, especially I think when you go to school, uh, you learn with your friend groups, and um, so you're home now, okay? It goes on and on. Wife, husband, mother, father, grandma. Oh, yes, yes. No, we're not just one label. We definitely shouldn't be. I just allowed myself to be. I was a payroll manager for a large company for 35 years. Okay, I retired 3 years ago. I'm still trying to find a new path. I found new friends here. Thank you. Yeah, Kathy. So, and that was a decision, you say retire. So that was a decision you made to do, and you still sound like you're still trying to figure it out. So, versus like when somebody gets laid off and you're kind of shocked into it. Um, yeah. In 35 years, congrats on that. I mean, those companies just aren't out there anymore. It's just not expected anymore, typically. The company used to, I remember people who were there 45, 50 years, a long time. People would you just never retired from the phone company. I was going to have a show and tell for all of you to come on alive and tell about your talents, what you do. Yeah, okay. I remember you talking about that a long time ago, Sally. Yeah, I remember that. And that was right up your alley, a show and tell. Hey, Pops, welcome, hon. I'm glad you could pop in. 8 more friends, please. Is that all you need, Sally? 8 more? Um, Sally's so close to 2,000. So close. Yes, I get to see. Though she kept saying Sunday. I'm like, oh, I'll show up Saturday. She'll show up Sunday. No, it's Saturday. I get to see Sally on Saturday. Both girls are home. Yes. Well, no, Ashley's not home yet, but she will be. She graduates Friday, and then is going to stay there a couple more days after graduation, and then her and her boyfriend will drive home. I'm assuming Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. So just convenient that we are packing up her apartment. We rented a U-Haul trailer when we get there, so we got to pack that up, and we're going to have to unload. So she knows what she's doing because we'll have to return the trailer, so we'll have to unload it. But I'll just recruit Courtney; she'll help. No one likes to be told no, but it is the truth. I am so happy you're enjoying your time with the family. Oh my goodness, Granny, I love those grandkids. And oh my goodness, my grandson, let me think, he's 4 months. And always from whenever he started smiling and stuff, he would always like coo at you and talk, like try and like make noises, sounds, and he always was smiling. Where my granddaughter didn't do that. But yesterday, and my son said he just started doing it like last week, is he like breaks out into this full belly laugh. And it is just the cutest thing. Like he just laughs at everything. He laughs at everything. It's so cute. So cute. I wish I could show you guys. Um, yeah, isn't it, Dana? She had come up with that idea a little while ago. She was talking about like having CL on, and um, I she had talked about having Allie and Daniel, and yeah, it was a great idea. Hey, Peter, what, could you not sleep tonight? I'm glad you could pop in. My husband retired from the post office after 52 years. Oh my goodness. Wow. Kudos to him. Kudos to him. The whole list. The whole list, everyone. Just say everyone pops, right? I love it. I love that our group keeps growing. So awesome to see you here. Sally, I thought it was 1 a.m. the live, or I would have been here sooner. Peter, you need to get some sleep. You need to, even Sally's trying to get sleep these days. Oh, hey, I did it. Yes, we are both in our mid 70s, but we are so blessed. 3 children, 10 grandchildren, and one great grandson, and another on the way. That's right. You said that last week, I think, Kathy. That is awesome. That is awesome. I could potentially have a great grandchild someday, um, because my oldest grandson is 26. So realistically, he could be getting married and have children in a few years. So it could happen in my lifetime. Could happen in my lifetime. Um, nope, no sleep for me. Went to bed at 9:30 and oh dang. Have you tried magnesium, Peter? I'm sure we've already mentioned that. Probably already mentioned that. I'm sorry. Wait, Kath, you already have a great grandchild. Yeah, I think she said that the other day, or one of the live streams, whether it was yours, Sally, or mine. I don't remember. How was the job interview? It's kind of getting dark. Let me know if I need to turn the lights on, guys. Maybe I can actually sit in front of the window now. Um, um, you were great on Kelly's live. Oh, wait a minute. When were you live, guys? Our friend Kelly? Kelly here, teacher Kelly? Or is it a different Kelly? I didn't know that. Is it teacher Kelly? Does she go live on certain times? Because she's not part of our schedule. We need to get you on the schedule, Kelly, if you're still here and if that's who you were live with. Yes, Ellie, Sammy is having a son. Thanks, Jen. I'm hoping to have more lives like that. Group lives are fun. Oh, Peter, I wish I knew. I mean, maybe I couldn't have made it anyways, but I can't believe my student is having a child, my kindergarten student. Time goes so quickly, doesn't it, Sally? It flies by. It flies by. And I said that to my son. I texted my son last night after I got home, and what did I say to him? I just said, "You have such a beautiful family, hon. I know you're tired and sometimes question yourself, but you are both doing really good. You're both doing a really good job. You won't always get it right, but none of us have. Just know you and Kay are doing a good job. Always lead with love, and it'll work out." And then I said, "Have fun golfing tomorrow." So, and get a picture of Jack's man laughing. Goes by quickly. Yeah. And I know when they're tired, you kind of, you know, I can't wait for these days to get by, but they just go so quickly. Um, Okay, I think I got all those. Yeah, I tried magnesium and forgot to restock. Did it help when you took the magnesium, Peter? Did it help? I'm going to scooch over. If not, I'm going to turn the light on. Oh, you definitely can't. Oh, can you see me? No. All right, hold on, guys. I got to turn the light on. Not that you want to see me, but now you can see me. Um, I was wondering, do you already have a great grandchild? I thought she said she did, Sally. But I will be a great grandmother in June. Will be a great grandmother in June. I know you don't mean you, Allie. So oh, your mom. Okay. It doesn't take much to confuse me. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've been seeing your mom in some of my comments on my videos. It's so sweet of her. And I like chatting with her there. Ellie, you do not look old enough to have a grandson. Yes, they had a live, and we're talking about them. The Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I read that book. Hmm. Your mom. I have a 14-year-old great grandson. Teacher Kella asked me to join her live talking about Mel Robbins' Let Them Theory. Yeah. My friend, I probably told you this, my friend Ed, whose book I read, Docuary, he's good friends with Mel's husband, Chris. So another girl in the family. Do you have boys? Are there boys also? I mean, I know your son, obviously. Girls are good, though I think boys are easier. I don't know. I think the boys are easier to some degree. I mean, they have that little window that they're probably a little bit more risky than my daughters were, but my son was so easygoing, and even now he's pretty easygoing. I was not a regular schedule live. It was organized that day. Okay. I wish I had joined. Kelly emailed me in the morning and asked if I was free later. Well, next time if you can think of it, Peter, let me know and text me. I'd love to join if I can. Did you tell them about your card? The one from Levi? I don't have that with me either. Yes, I got a card from actually, and I'm not going to remember all the names, but it was Libby and Gabe, um, and then the and Sammy, Mr. Is that his name, Mr.? And then there's another cat. Anyways, I got a card for Levi. Um, and it was I wish I remembered to bring it. So next time I'm at home and I have a live, I will. I do have my bracelet though. I just didn't put it back on after my shower. And Sally made me this gorgeous black and gray beaded bracelet to remind me of Levi. So, but the card was very, very sweet. Um, her words were spot on. So, but I will read it next time I'm at home. Yeah, a card from Levi. Yeah, my sweet boy. My sweet, sweet boy. My son turns 39 at the end of this month. Wow, Yvonne. And do you have I was asking Sally, do you have your grandkids every other weekend? Do they stay over? Or is it just sometimes they stay over? Because you get to have them a lot, which is awesome. But yes, I can appreciate that you're probably exhausted after they're there for a couple of days. I mean, I was only over there for 3 or 4 hours, 4 hours, and just chasing her and all around. And I was tired by the time I left, but it was so fun. It was so fun. No, don't feel old, Nana. Don't feel old. So, Okay, it's 8 o'clock. See, now tonight that you're going later, Yvonne, I'm gonna be done on time because I don't have, let me think real quick. I don't have, all right, you know what? I do have something to read. It's not from my book, but it was something that um my coach had sent me. So I'm gonna read that. Let me find it. Let me find it. Hold on. Okay, this was from my coach. She sent it, what day? Just this week. Oh, actually last Sunday. Okay, the universe is rearranging everything in my favor. Everything is aligning behind the scenes, working for me in ways I don't even have to see to trust. Stack the odds in my favor. Move what needs to move. Open what's ready to open. I am open. I am ready. I am wildly available to receive with ease. Let abundance meet me now. Let clarity land. Let aligned ideas, opportunities, and resources find me effortlessly. Bring me what I didn't even ask. Bring me what I didn't even know to ask for. Open doors I didn't know existed. Deliver wins I could not have planned. Let it feel light. Let it feel fun. Let it feel like a divine wink I can't ignore. Surprise me in the next 24 hours with something so aligned, so obvious, so undeniable that I can only smile and say, of course. I am always guided. I am deeply supported. I am fully funded. This is my new normal. Miracles move through me. Magic lives in me. Overflow is who I am. And so it is. So that's it. That's all I got, guys. Um, and let me see. I actually have 20. I still have 20%. I still have 20%. So like I don't know how that could be, but I still have 20%. Um, and hopefully my phone will work next time so you guys can hopefully see some loons or whatever else might be out there. Um, let me, all right, you know what? Let me finish. I'm just going to finish reading through the comments since I have a minute. Pulling a Daniel, yes, to turn the light on. So I'm not sitting in the dark. I think it helped, but I can't be sure if it was the magnesium or my meds or what it was. Okay, that's fair. My Gabby Bernstein books arrived this week. I can't wait. Yeah, I like her, Peter. I like her a lot. So, where's your cool green glasses? Oh, they're in the other room. I know, I should have worn them. In the case there's new folks here, old Mike has a live stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Yep, at 1 o'clock, pops. He is on our schedule. So, yep, 1 o'clock, well, 1 o'clock Eastern, but yes, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks for the reminder, though. Mm, you're welcome to join my Monday lives anytime you want. You have an open invite. Oh, thank you, Peter. Thank you. Uh, and I don't know, did anybody else join Old Me Mike school? So I joined one day last week, and he's pretty active out there in his school account. I like it. So I'm enjoying it. So if you haven't joined, you might want to go over and join. So, but I do like it. Oop. Yes, every other weekend over one night. Ah, you're so blessed, Yvonne. So blessed. I know you probably just absorb every moment, you know. That's what I said. I just try and imprint everything I do with my grandkids, just to be there in the moment with them. And I don't like having my phone around me. Anyways, other than I want to be able to take pictures when I'm with them, but um, she, my granddaughter always wants phones. She's always reaching for phones. So I try, don't even let her see mine. So they kind of keep all the phones away from her now. But it's amazing, right? This generation, her generation, is they know nothing but technology. It's kind of sad. So, but my son Chaz, he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do all we can to." No phones, no nothing. We'll see how long that lasts. She's only 15 months, but he's saying until high school. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm looking to make it a group live stream where we have a few people from the community on all streaming to their own channels. Yes, kind of like Karen does. I think that's a great idea, Peter. I know Sally was telling me that you were thinking of doing that. So I think that's a great idea. And you'll be on tomorrow, right, Peter? Peter's on at 4 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern, I think. And then Jen's on at 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, we got a full Monday now. It's nice. That would be cool, Peter. Yeah. Hope so. It seems to be fun and works well with other channels. And this community is so well knit and close, it would be great. Spot on. I agree. Bye, Dana. You have a good night, hon. Thank you for popping in. Battery juice. Yeah, 100%. Maybe it wasn't 20%. I thought it was 20% before. So maybe it was like 23%. So definitely like the fish and loaves story, Scott. I was going to say the same thing. It's kind of like the cool kids table, right? The cool kids table, like the fish and loaves story. Good night, Kathy. All right, guys, I've kept you long enough, 8:06, and I don't have anything else to read. Um, so I hope you guys have a great week. And I will probably see you over on Yvonne's. If not, I'll see you tomorrow in Sally's. If not, I will see you at somebody else's live streams. So, and I think it was M who said to me, I'll see you on the streets of YouTube. So I liked that. So that's what I'll say. I love you guys, and you guys have a great week. And I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you that every person listening to this, whether they are here today or finding this days from now, is seen by you. Thank you that no one here is invisible. Thank you that no one is alone even when they feel like they are. Thank you, Lord, for the one to sit quietly, who never type a word but show up faithfully. Thank you that they are loved. Thank you that they belong here. Thank you that this community holds space for them, just as they are. Thank you for providing for those who are struggling financially. Thank you that you are their source, not their job, not their bank account, but you, Almighty Father. We praise you. Thank you the doors are opening, that needs are being met. The provision is coming in ways they didn't expect. Please, Lord God, help them see this. Thank you for healing. Thank you for the bodies that are being restored, the energy that is returning, the pain that is lifting. Thank you, dear God, for clarity, for those who have been searching for answers about their health. Thank you that you are the God who heals. And thank you for this community, this beautiful, imperfect, faithful group of people who show up for each other. Thank you that we get to do this together. Thank you that we are not walking alone. We receive all of this with gratitude in Jesus' name. Amen.